Garden Report is brought to you by Prize Picks and the Game Time app.
Hey, Barry Manning here. Welcome to a news edition of the Garden Report. Sources telling CLNS Media the Celtics made 3 more roster cuts today. Hason Ward, who we told you about yesterday, signed to an Exhibit 10, waived the following day, headed to Maine. Harper Jr. waived after spending training camp, playing some preseason as well as summer league minutes for the Celtics. Probably going to be Maine bound, as well as Jay Scrubb, who's expected to play in Maine this year after recovering and doing his first round of practices last week since returning from ACL surgery. So those 3 off the roster, that leaves 14 standard players, 3 two-way guys, and Lonnie Walker, who did not get waived today. Would you read into that? Obviously, one way you could look at it is if they were dead set on moving on from him, Maine's the plan, or you just want to let him go and see what other options are out there, you would have waived him along with all these other guys today. The other way you could look at it, of course, is it's a couple more practices, Friday as well as Saturday. Celtics will be practicing. Deadline's 5 o'clock on Saturday. Why not just see this through? Take every hour you can here. Maybe there's some debate internally about what they want to do here. And then let him have that opportunity right up until the deadline to make his case to make this roster. I'd have to imagine that's what's going on here. I do think, as we've reported from the start here, that they have a way that they're leaning on this. And DNP in that final preseason game, I think, says something too. So we'll see what ends up happening here. I think the name of the game from the start with the Celtics on this move was flexibility. Do you end up needing something through camp? Do you foresee yourself needing something going forward? As Noah said the other night, front court depth, center depth is going to continue to be something that they assess without Porzingis in the lineup. And even once he returns, given his past health and Cornette's and Tillman's, as well as Al Horford's age. So for all those reasons, my prediction remains that Lonnie Walker will not make the Celtics. But him not getting waived today is definitely a step in the right direction if you're hopeful that he makes it here. And anything could happen over the next handful of days here. And again, 5 o'clock Saturday is the deadline. Celtics have an open roster spot. So all they need to do if they want to keep him is just sign him. If they waive him, he'll earn some bonus for saying a certain amount of time. I think it's usually a month or 2 in Maine. So he has said he's willing to do that if he gets waived. I think that's what's going to happen if he gets waived. And there's still the possibility, given that he's still on the Celtics roster here for 2 more days, that he could make this team. So stay with us for updates. We will react when it happens, when that decision happens. And we are brought to you by Prize Picks. Go to Prize Picks this weekend. College games start on Friday. Pro games tonight as we record this, Thursday night. So go over to CLNS Media, pick 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections, and you have your daily fantasy team. No season-long injuries to worry about. In fact, they have insurance. If your lineup does get impacted in the first half, it stays in play for the second half. And right now, ahead of basketball opening night, get a free Anthony Edwards square. So that's one out of those 2 squares that you're picking here. Pretty much automatic, free Anthony Edwards square for opening night against the Lakers. Celtics Knicks that night as well. If you want to get ahead on setting your lineup for that, use code CLNS, play $5, get $50 instantly. Prize Picks, run your game. Go to the Game Time app. Use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Concerts, tickets, events, opening night. Even if you're not in the play for opening night, look at some Celtics games coming up early in the schedule. Plenty of great home games, Warriors, Bucks. Keep an eye on those prices, and sometimes you get a best deal right up at game time or even a little bit after. I wouldn't recommend that opening night, but that's usually where you'll get your deals on most nights. So head over to that Game Time app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Flat zones, zone deals, all in pricing, as well as great panoramic views of your seats over at the Game Time app. And check out Nutrafol for $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. Go to Nutrafol.com and use the code GARDEN to get Great help, specialized help for your hair. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth. Nutrafol is going to give you exactly what you need, whether you're a man or a woman. So go check them out. $10 off your first month subscription, free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com. Use that code Garden. Our update tonight: Jay Scrubb, Ron Harper, Hason Ward, all waived, likely heading to Maine. More signings could come to continue to fill out that main roster. So if you see more names come through on Exhibit 10s through Saturday's deadline, that's probably what it is, just as we reported with Ward last night. So Lonnie Walker still on the roster. We'll have coverage of practice tomorrow, see where he's at, see what Joe thinks of his chance to make this roster. We'll have updates from practice on Friday here at CLNS Media and Celtics All Access. So follow along, subscribe for all that. And for now, I'm Bobby Manning. This has been a news edition of the Garden Report. Hey, Bobby Manning here. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed this video. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out our social media platforms at Celtics CLNS